Could you please confirm that you can hear me, guys? Okay, give me a moment, please. I was having a bit problem. Looks like the problem has been solved. And hello, Ali. Welcome. Thank you very much for the confirmation. Okay, and welcome everyone. Sorry, I was having a little bit technical glitch, but it has been resolved. That's the positive point at the moment. So, guys, our local time is 6:45 a.m. Wednesday morning, and I'm with another subscriber lesson. And good morning, Dhirendra. Thank you very much for joining. So, this lesson is based on mostly for the IELTS classes, but if you need any help and support, I'll be happy to help you. So, IELTS exam an international global requirement for your studies, work, as well as training and registration in English speaking countries. It is needed as a part of a requirement, part of your English proficiency test. I'm quite good, Dhirendra. Thank you very much for the question. How about you? We'll be back in one moment, guys. You're also good. That's great. That's lovely to know. Okay, so Javier, if you're interested to join, if you see the link or the type on the top right hand corner in the laptop or on your mobile, it is the top pinned comment. You have to click on it to join me. Remember that you may get 2 free lessons, especially for the new users. So you can always check by visiting my profile and join from the link. So it's all about IELTS exam. As you might be aware, there are two types of IELTS exam: IELTS academic and IELTS general. Ali says, why can't I join? I don't know what do you mean by that. Did you try to send me a request? What does it say? Are you my subscriber, Ali? That's my question. This is a subscriber's lesson. Does it say live class? If it says live class, then you need to subscribe to this class or lesson. Okay, that's the answer of your question. For which lesson did you pay yesterday? Let me check. Okay, give me a moment, please. Let me check for which lesson did you pay. No, not for this lesson, unfortunately, Ali. You paid the lesson that runs every Monday and Tuesday. So each lesson has 2 classes every week. The lesson, I've just checked it, you're right. The lesson you paid and subscribed is Monday and Tuesday that runs on, okay? This is a different lesson. It is B2. You have to subscribe to the lesson called B1. B2 runs every Wednesday and Thursday, 6:30 UK time. And also you have been added to the subscriber chat. You can find it from there. Please bear in mind that once you have subscribed to a lesson, you can join only one that lesson. You'll not be able to join the other lesson unless you subscribe it again. All right, this is how it works. So every monthly lesson there are 8 classes, and weekly there are 2 lessons or 2 classes. So guys, welcome once again. And it's all about IELTS exam as I was explaining. And uh-oh, why there are 2 types of IELTS exam? Okay guys, the reason is that authority, the English language authority, thinks that academic English test should be a bit harder than the general English, which is why they have classified into 2 groups: IELTS academic and IELTS general. IELTS academic mainly deals with the academic related admissions like undergraduate, graduate, postgraduate research, postdoctorate, registration, training, etc. And IELTS general is related to your immigration, work permit, and moving to another country, especially English speaking country once again. Please bear in mind that IELTS is not needed for everyone. If you are not planning to go to the English speaking countries, you don't have to sit for the IELTS exam. If you are not planning to study in English speaking countries, you don't have to sit for the IELTS exam. So you need to first find out whether you need to sit for the IELTS exam or not. Okay, and also many European countries and many Asian countries like Japan, where you don't have to sit for the IELTS test. After going to those countries, uh, countries like Belgium, Germany, Netherlands, Switzerland, Sweden, Finland, And many other countries, after moving or going to this country, you have to learn their language. That is the provision. You don't have to sit for the IELTS exam at all. Okay? So, guys, first you need to understand why and how you can sit for the IELTS exam. And IELTS exam can be taken every month. There is no restriction. There is no hard and fast rules. Anyone above 18 can sit for the exam once a month. And the exam has band score from 1 to 9, where 1 is the lowest and 9 is the highest banding. There is no pass or fail mark, guys. Okay, so though some people might think that, oh, is there a pass mark, fail mark? No, there is no pass or fail mark. Hello, Ruzaik, welcome. You're from Sri Lanka. Ali, you're from Sudan. Okay. So, what it means, there is no pass or fail marks, then what are the scores for? Bear in mind that more or less we all know English language. The IELTS exams band score only indicate uh, your level of English, which is why for different levels and for different kinds of studies like academic, undergraduate, graduate, or postgraduate levels, the scores are different. Hello, Mohammed. Welcome. Ruzaik says from Sri Lanka. Thank you very much, Ruzaik, for joining. So, what it means that when you're trying to plan to study in undergraduate level, your score is generally in between 5 to 5.5 or 6 some cases, depending on the institute you're going to study. For the graduate, admissions, the course and score is in between 6 to 6.5. And for the postgraduate studies, your course should be in between 6.5 to 7 and sometimes 7.5. For the international scholarships, for the international students, student grant, registration, training, especially in medical field, for the doctors, nurses, pharmacists, and many other fields, generally they ask for the score is 7.5 in academic, 7 to 7.5. Sometimes it is 7.5. They believe that the score is the standard score for them for the international, you know, candidates, and that's quite, an amazing score, I should say, a very high score, I should say. 7.5 in out of 9 is roughly 83%. Let me check the percentage. Yes, roughly 84%, 83, a very little bit, 83%, which is the standard score. Okay. And how long is the score is valid? The score is valid for 2 years from the date of exam. So after 2 years, if you need to sit for the IELTS exam, you can't use the old score. You have to sit for as a fresh candidate. Okay. So I'm just sharing the basic information for the IELTS exam. And there are types of authorities that offer this exam. IELTS UK, Cambridge and British Council, and IELTS IDP Australia. The fee is generally in between £150 to £200 pounds. I don't know. You need to convert in a local currency. It's quite expensive fees. As I said, IELTS can be taken every month, and there are more than 140 countries, including many territories it is offered. There are four sections. I'm sure you know that: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Dear viewers, if you're interested to join, if you can see the link, you have to click on it and you'll be able to join here. Bear in mind that you may be eligible to get 2 free lessons. So I suggest try it now. Visit this link and click on it, and if you get 2 free lessons, join it. You don't have to pay any money at all. And also please bear in mind that once you register to a class, you can only access to those classes, okay, those lessons only, not other class or lessons. And each class has a 2 days timetable, okay, so this is how it works. But if you want to join, you have to send a request through hop on section, and it might cost you $2. So welcome once again, everyone. All right, so IELTS exam can be offered in two ways. One is PBT, paper-based test. Another is CBT, computer-based test. So what are the differences? As you might be aware, the listening part is audio test, okay? And the reading part for the paper-based test, you'll be given a booklet, question paper, and you have to answer there. But the computer-based, these questions would be on your computer. You have to write your answer on computer and submit through the computer-based test. And for the writing section, you'll be given the questions through the computer again, and you have to submit through the computer. If you are good at typing, possibly you might consider to register for the computer-based test, which is CVT. And if you're not good at typing, in that case, you may choose to sit for the paper-based test, which is PBT. Both of the tests have got similar value and similar quality and standard, so there is no difference at all. Okay. Hello, Kayfi, walaikum salam, and welcome. All right, let's move on a little bit more. Only one person has subscribed to this lesson today. I don't know whether the person is here or not. So there are four parts of the IELTS exam: speaking, reading, writing, and listening. But the test is taken like this: listening part first, then reading, then writing. And most of the cases, the speaking test takes place in another day. Okay, so for the listening part, there are 40 questions. So for the listening part, there are 40 questions. Okay, and for the exams, uh, takes around 30 minutes, and you'll get extra 10 minutes to transfer your answer to the answer sheet, to record your answer to the answer sheet. What it means that when the test goes on for the listening part, you have to write the answer on the exam paper or question paper. And when the question is, when the exam is over, then you will get extra 10 minutes, a separate answer sheet, which is really important and which is read by the computer to get the score quickly. And what happens then, you get extra 10 minutes, you record all of your answer there with the pencil. Okay, we call it HB black pencils. You have to fill up the oval, you have to write your name, your date of birth, your ID number, your registration number, and examiner has to check it and sign it. All right, so this is the listening part. So in listening part, there would be different kinds of conversation. There is rephrasing for the first part. There is um, conversation between two people. Second part, and the third part is a description, academic description. It could be weather forecast, it could be research paper, it could be an article. Bear in mind that there is no negative marking for the wrong answers in IELTS exam, which is the amazing part. So you don't have to be worried even if you make mistakes in your answer, and no marks will be deducted. You will get zero, but not any minus marking. When the listening part is over, then you go for the reading test. Now, depending on the what kind of test you are taking, so the examiner will just divide into two lessons. If you're taking the computer-based test for the reading part, you'll be given a computer. If you're taking the paper-based test, then you'll be given the booklet. And for the reading test, there are 60 minutes. And for the academic candidates, there will be three big comprehensions. For the general test candidates, there will be five small comprehensions. And there will be 40 questions and again 60 minutes. And this first tip would be, you need to answer all of them. Do not leave any questions unanswered. All right. So when the reading part is over, you have to go to the writing part. So as if you remember, in IELTS exam, the basic difference between academic and general test is reading and writing. Listening and speaking are same, and there is no difference at all. So for the writing task for academic, task 1 and task 2. Task 1, you must use 20 minutes and you have to write at least 150 words. You'll be given a topic, especially charts or any abstract or a map. You have to develop and create your idea. And you have to finish your writing within 20 minutes. When you're finished, then you have to start task 2, which is like a big essay, and you'll be given the topic, and you have to write at least 250 words in 40 minutes. Please bear in mind that both the task 1 and task 2, you must count your word numbers. If your word is less than 150 in task 1 and less than 250 in task 2, you are not going to get good marks. Okay. When this writing is over, then generally the speaking task or speaking test takes place in another day in some countries. So how long is the speaking test? Speaking test is in between 15 to 20 minutes, depending on your response to the questions. And for the speaking, there are three types of tasks or three types of parts. So task one or part one is general conversation like your name, where are you from, why are you taking the test, and the examiner might ask you about your work, about your place, or anything related to your personal interest. And after that, you go to task two or part two, which is we call cue card. So you'll be given a topic on a card, and there will be some questions, and you need to talk about the topic at least for 2 minutes or more. And what happens basically, you'll be given 1 minute and a pencil and paper to write down notes or develop your thoughts, what you're going to talk about the topic. So for some students, it's a bit challenging because if the topic is unknown, then you know it's difficult for them. So when this is over, cue card or task two in speaking, you go to the task three or part three of the IELTS as exam. So what happens there? Basically, the questions would be related to the task two. So we must have a good concept of vocabs, grammar, fluency, and presentation skill for getting good score in IELTS speaking task. Okay, so let's move on. As I said in the task one, the question should be related to work, family, home life, personal interests. Q card we have explained, task three we have explained. So in IELTS speaking, there are four features we must know for the assessment of a marking. What are the four features, guys? The four features are as follows. Number one, fluency and coherence. So what do you understand by the word fluency, guys? Does anyone know what does fluency mean here? Okay, so fluency means the speed, the rate, the way you can talk. Okay, and also you're not going to talk the same thing again. You're not going to be repetitive. Bear in mind that fluency is only the speed, it doesn't include anything. It doesn't include your grammar, your accuracy, your pronunciation. It is only the speed. And also, when you're having conversation, you do not stop or give a pause more than 10 seconds. If you give a pause, or if you stop, or if you are quiet for more than 10 seconds, your speed may not be assessed as a standard speed. That is fluency. And second part is lexical resources, which includes your vocabs, different kinds of vocabulary like synonyms, antonyms, phrasal verbs, group verbs, phrases, dialects, and in many cases, acceptable expressions. So, if somebody doesn't know vocabs, how the person is going to describe, uh, you know, describe any topic? So, knowing vocab is very important, and I believe that you have to be knowledgeable about the vocab. Okay. So, dear viewers, once again, you're watching this live stream from the UK, and our local time is 7:16. This lesson finishes in 13 minutes. Our lessons are time control lessons, and it starts from 59 minutes 59 seconds. Then it goes down. It counts down the time, and when it becomes zero, it shuts down automatically. If you are interested to join once again, click on this link where it says join me from this link, and you'll be able to visit my profile and join this class. This class has only one subscriber at the moment, but I'm hoping that I'm going to get more tomorrow, Thursday, because Thursday is the time when most of the students subscribe to lessons, because the next day is Friday. Okay, so as I'm going through, the next part is vocabs. So what happens when you learn a word? Please try to know the meaning, content, or context. Depending on the content and context, one word might have different meanings. That is the amazing part. Okay, the next topic next feature is grammar and wider ranges of grammar. So, which types of grammar should you learn? Common question. Okay, and so in order to have good knowledge about grammar, we must know these three features: tense, conditional sentences, and also a simple part of a sentence, compound, complex, and simple sentence writing capacities. Okay, so we've got 4 minutes. Okay. And after you know the grammar, try to use them in a writing and a speaking, and you get uh, good knowledge when you study this part. The last part is pronunciation. Remember that it's not accent. You don't get any marks whether you have got accent or not. In IELTS exam, they always assess your pronunciation. So pronunciation is the accuracy level, how you pronounce a word correctly. As you might be aware, there are two types of uh, pronunciation in the world. One of them is for the British English, British IPA, for the American English, American IPA. And bear in mind that no one is better than other. They all are equal, only the techniques and the presentations are different. Okay, guys, so this is all about the IELTS exam. And also, I must have mentioned that in the speaking part, these four features, you get 25% each, which means that for your fluency and cohesion, you get 25% marks. For your lexical resources, you get another 25% mark. For your grammar and different kinds of grammar, you get another 25% mark. And the last 25% marks you get from pronunciation. So altogether 100% mark, which is 9. It is very easy to get band score 8 if you are good at presentation, fluency, grammar, vocab. You get 100% marks. But in pronunciation, sometimes it will be difficult for you to have the accuracy of pronunciation, which is why it is even though you get 50% and you get 100% in all the three sections, you get band score 8. Okay, dear viewers, and thank you very much for joining once again. Follow me, support me. As you might be aware, there is a competition going on among the teachers, and we have got two groups, Team Blue and Team Red. I'm a Team Blue teacher, and our competition starts from the 22nd of August, which is from the next week for 10 days. So join and support all of our teachers. Let's make Hello app #1 app in the world for English learning. Okay, if you've got any questions, comments, and if you'd like to subscribe to my lesson, once again visit my profile and join me from there. Okay guys, and thank you very much once again and for your lovely comments and being here. I hope to see you soon. Bye and take care. Cheerio.